What happened? Why am I in bed? Why's my haircut? Why's my 3DS been turned into a life support machine? Oh, right. I suffer from a rare disease called can't talk about anything non-Nintendo related itis, but my doctors just call it a brain hemorrhage. Now whenever I try and talk about anything third party, I go AWOL for multiple weeks. But I think it's about time I try and break through this disease by exiting my comfort zone. What better way to do that by talking about Mario. Mario. Don't know if you've heard of him before, he's a character from a 2D platformer series, and a 3D platformer series, and a racing series, and an RPG series, and a movie franchise. He's been everywhere at this point, and it only looks like his influence on media is expanding, to the point where sometimes it's hard to remember that Mario started from an arcade game beating the ever-loving shit out of turtles. He's become the ultimate comfort food character for most people, a way to easily try out a new genre of games that they might otherwise be unfamiliar with. Like, look at Mario and Luigi, they're so goofy and funny, I could totally see myself playing RPGs. What the fuck? While Nintendo is clearly comfortable with putting Mario anywhere nowadays, but at times with the idea of something like Mario Sports, Mario RPG, or Mario Colonoscopy were unthinkable. That was totally outside of Mario's comfort zone. He was a running and jumping Italian plumber, not an Olympian. So let's take a look back at Mario's entries in different genres over the years and rate them on a scale of healthy to left in an unmarked grave. Let's start off easy. Mario Kart got its first entry back in 1992 with Super Mario Kart on the SNES, but since I want to talk about this game in more detail later, I'll summarise my thoughts with a few short concludes my thoughts on Super Mario Kart. Look, the game is definitely good, but I think it aged horribly compared to its successors. I would much rather play 8 Deluxe or even an older game like Mario Kart 64 before Super Mario Kart. But despite my views on the game, it was a huge success. It became one of the best-selling games on the SNES and was critically acclaimed across the world. Even if I believe it's aged poorly, it was a massive part of Nintendo's success in the 4th generation of consoles. Which is why Nintendo turned on the print money machine. Mario Kart 64, Super Circuit, Double Dash, DS, Wii. I think I accidentally started reading a list of Nintendo consoles. Whenever a new system releases, you can expect Mario Kart to appear in some shape or form, and even when it barely appears like on Switch, it'll still become one of the best-selling games on the platform. The simple controls and easy pick-up and play nature of the series make it a completely timeless game, except when it's not. No doubt, this series is absolutely healthy. It carries Nintendo systems consistently, even when the only Mario Kart available was a remaster of the game that released 3 years prior. Just gotta make sure I'm not slipping into a coma again. 0 BPM, that's a little low, but on the plus side, you can't be considered legally comatose if you're already legally deceased. But between you and me, I don't think flatlining is necessarily healthy for me, so let's raise my heart rate with some exercise! Overweight fat plumber combines with various physical activities. What could possibly go wrong? Mario has a long history with sports, and that began at the start of the universe with NES launch title Golf. That thing on the box art is considered to be Mario by the government, alright, but it wouldn't be until the Virtual Boy era that Mario got his first official sporting adventure, Mario's Tennis. I think you'll forgive me for brushing over this one. So ignoring this creature and this eye hazard, Mario Tennis released on the N64 and Game Boy Color to bring this franchise to actual living people, not Virtual Boy owners. Game Boy Color version featured an entirely separate RPG mode where the player levels up through playing tennis matches to eventually beat the best tennis player in the world, Mario. One part of me totally expected that Nintendo would make Mario the greatest tennis player of all time. The other part of me wants them to try and put a real tennis #1 into the game so we can see them as a Game Boy sprite. The series later expanded across all kinds of sports, like back to golf, some more tennis, a whole goodie bag of sports, even more tennis. I think the developers really like tennis. But how could anyone forget the Mario Strikers series? Apparently Nintendo. Listen, if any white video game nerd with brown hair is qualified to speak about football, it's probably me. So let's play Mario Strikers Battle League. Close enough. And to all my shallow end of the pool fans, do I have a game for you? Mario Sports Mix tries to deliver on a few underappreciated sports that haven't received Mario Sports entries like hockey and volleyball. There just isn't enough substance here. It feels like the game got stretched too thin trying to cover all 4 sports at once and just didn't have enough content for the rest. So overall, exactly like the modern Mario Sports games, 10 out of 10 experience. Yeah, I understand. Thank you. Sorry, that's my local doctors. I rang them up about my low heart rate and all they gave me were these really cryptic instructions like, this is your local B&M and stop phoning us now Dylan, we recognise you by voice. I think I need to take my mind off of this. There's something a little bit more fun. A group of people all in a local area having a good time playing a Mario related video game. think I missed a few steps. Mario Party, a series that ended at 8 and never had a single other entry. Ever. Yeah, I don't have any good Mario Parties. I have DS and Superstars, but that's it. Maybe that's why my Mario Party friends all left me. The Mario Party series got its start in the N64 for a studio known as Hudson Soft. They then made way too many Mario Parties for their own good, releasing 3 for the N64, 4 for the GameCube, 1 for the Wii, and 2 handheld cousins. The alleged gap in quality between 8 and 9 comes alongside a switch in developer from Hudson Soft to ND Cube due to Hudson being acquired and merged with Konami. However, the main criticism of these later games comes from a change in gameplay to a linear car system. Instead of 4 players roaming around a non-linear game board, a car travels along one path, with players earning mini-stars through mini-games and bonus mini-stars at the end of the game. Now, size doesn't usually matter, but it certainly does when it comes to Mario Party. Stars are a far, far superior currency to mini-stars. You'll end up collecting loads of mini-stars over the course of the game, but in an older Mario Party, you'd only end up having a couple of stars by the end. This makes mini-stars seem far less valuable than actual stars. When I lose 5 mini-stars, I laugh it off. When I lose a single star, I try and kill the person next to me. The discouragement of rivalry in later Mario Parties is just heartbreaking to see, and ultimately has to be the reason the series is considered legally dead. Oh. It recovered. ND Cube listened to fan outrage and switched back to the classic Mario Party gameplay with Super Mario Party in 2018 and Mario Party Superstars in 2021. Despite Super Mario Party only using 1 Joy-Con per player, they're both much more solid Mario Party experiences compared to the horrors of 9 and 10. Superstars features 5 remade boards from the N64 era of Mario Party with minigames across the series, which is enough to get any 30-year-old who owned a Mario Party to single-handedly revive the series through sales. So, Mario Party is about as healthy as someone recovering from polio. They may have a paralysed leg or live in an iron lung, but they're still technically alive. They just need a truly great game to rival the fan favourites from the early 2000s. And I'm sure NDQ can deliver on that promise. I mean, they're good developers. They've proven they can make a good Mario Party game, not just a Mario Party 10. And besides, it's not like they're defunct or anything. I mean, they're probably hard at work on the next Mario Party game as we speak. Alpha Dream, on the other hand, they've never made a Mario Party. I doubt they could turn a profit, let alone make Mario Party 2. Alpha Dream was a second-party development studio for Nintendo who primarily developed the Mario & Luigi RPG series. And by primarily, I mean practically only. Starting out with Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance and ending out with Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Jesus, that's a bad last breath. They couldn't even get away from that damn squiggly line for one game. While the Mario and Sonic games aren't held in amazingly high regard, the Mario and Luigi games are usually known as the best Mario spin-offs of all time. You control both Mario and Luigi in turn-based gameplay trying to time your jumps off of enemies. Each entry introduces a new mechanic like Bowser's Inside Story letting you travel inside Bowser, Dream Team Bros letting you travel inside Luigi. Maybe we need to have a conversation with developers about this. Now, I'm no expert in how much money it would have cost to make the average Mario and Luigi game. Believe me, I've been trying to get my degree for a while now. But after the release of Dream Team Bros in 2013, it seems Alpha Dream made a lot more games in a shorter space of time. Paper Jam released just 2 years after Dream Team Bros, and the 3DS remakes of Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story released just over a year apart from each other. And the most recent Mario and Luigi games weren't exactly bestsellers, with the remakes being the lowest selling out of the entire series. Now, that already seems like quite a lot for a relatively small development studio to deal with, but then having to develop their first ever HD game for an unfamiliar platform? That can't be healthy. In October of 2019, Alpha Dream officially filed a bankruptcy, leaving the future of the Mario & Luigi series uncertain. And with the last Mario & Luigi game releasing 4 years ago now, it's definitely not looking good for the series. Now, thankfully, Nintendo ended up buying the rights to the Mario & Luigi series, meaning it could return at some point or another, but it would definitely have to be for a new development studio. I'd still love for the series to come back at some point or another though, but until then... Well, that was relatively disappointing. 4 Mario spin-offs and only one of them has led to studio closure. So disappointing I had to change my shirt. That's why I'm here to propose to you my ultimate worst spin-off Mario series. You'd spawn in at the start of the level, running all the way to the end, avoiding obstacles along the way, repeating that across 8 separate worlds throughout the entire game. This is just the mainline Mario series, isn't it?